combination of chair and standing, but everything that I do standing can certainly be adapted to the chair quite easily. So let's start in the chair, and I'll meet you back there. And starting with just a simple breath awareness practice. Maybe take a big deep inhale through your nose, and then open the mouth and you're in a place where you can actually sigh and make a little noise. That always feels good. A couple more like that. Big deep inhale. And then exhale, let it go. One more time like that. Inhale. And exhale. Now finding that alignment, feeling your feet on the floor, your sit bones on the chair, and at the same time getting tall, lengthening through the crown of the head, making lots of space here in the rib cage. Take your hands to your lowest ribs, and the fingertips can of the, like maybe the middle finger, ring finger, little finger can be on your abdomen. So you're kind of connecting your hands to the low ribs and the upper abdomen, and put a little pressure against your ribs. As you inhale, keep that pressure, so make it a little tougher to take an inhale. And as you exhale, keep that pressure, helping to push the breath out. Inhale. Breathing into a little resistance, and exhale, pushing with the hands to help press the breath out. Let's take a few more breaths like this, a little energy belt here. Two more. Last one. And then just release the hands to the lap. Take a few breaths. Just noticing you can still feel that residual impression of the hands on the ribs, right there where the diaphragm lives. Letting the diaphragm move as you inhale and exhale. And maybe open the eyes if they were closed, wiggle the fingers a bit. I'm going to bring you to stand. If you choose to sit, you can do all of this in the chair as well. I'm going to stand next to my chair. We'll return to the chair, so don't let that chair get too far away. And just plant your feet, whether you're in the chair or standing, and really press the feet down into the earth. And feel that. Maybe you imagine someplace where you'd like to be outside, barefoot on the earth. And reaching up through the crown of the head, getting nice and tall, feeling the sunshine on the top of the head. Got a couple breaths here in this new shape. And now we're just going to bounce up and down on the heels. So I'm just coming up to the balls of my feet, letting the heels impact the floor. And keeping a little bend in the knees, the arms are just wiggly, and even the head and the neck can bounce a bit here. If you're in the chair, you can just do the heel lift with a little impact as you come up and down on the heels. So shaking is a good way to release stress. It's just a natural way to release stress. Same with that big sigh that we did at the beginning of our time together today. A little more flopping around. And then come to stillness and notice. Maybe you feel a little tingling. Maybe you feel a little more energy flowing through the body. Now, feet hip distance apart if you're standing. If you're in the chair, you can do the same movement. I'll show you the standing posture first. This is a Qigong warm-up exercise. It's called knocking on the door of life. So the kidneys in traditional Chinese medicine are referred to as the door of life. So you're just going to move from your hips. My arms are very loosey-goosey, and I'm going to let the movement from my hips bring my hands around and tap. So if you're in the chair, you can you'll direct your arms a little more than if you were standing. I have a soft bend in my knees, and I'm not really moving the legs much. I'm moving from really the waist up. One hand slaps into the low back, the other kind of wraps around the waist. And then you can add to this if you want to turn and look over your shoulder as you're twisting. Now, sometimes that makes me a little bit dizzy. So there are days I like that and days I don't. But really, it kind of feels better in my body to avoid the dizziness by closing my eyes, as long as you feel like you've got good balance here. And tap. Now take the heel of one hand and tap under your collarbone. The other hand continues to tap along the kidney area. I'll try to be careful along the microphone here. Tapping into acupressure points. And you can also tap the top of the shoulder with one hand. Tap. Knocking on the door of life. We'll do a few more. And then slow down. Come to stillness by just kind of unwinding the movement, and pause once again to notice, what are you feeling? Quite likely some tingling, some sensation in the arms and in the places that we were tapping. Bring your mind to those areas and really feel the sensation. That tingly sensation is the prana, the life force energy, or the chi. And maybe, just maybe, that sensation goes beyond the skin. Maybe that is above the surface of the physical body. Just contemplate that as you stand here and notice all that energy you woke up in the body. And then open the eyes, and we'll gently shake the hands and shake the legs a bit. And now let's return to the chair. Sitting like we always do, with the sit bones close to the front edge of the chair, finding our seated mountain pose, Tadasana. Ankles under the knees, knees are in front of the hips. Let's let the arms hang down. We're going to roll the shoulders forward and up, back and down. Start with a small circle. Go slow so you can feel the sensation. And then get bigger and bigger. And we'll do about 3 more here. Remembering that we carry tension in the shoulders and the neck, especially if you've been seated at your desk, maybe working at a computer all day. And then let the arms hang. Next, inhale, slow inhale, bring the arms up. Take the gaze to the thumbs, and then turn the palms so they face away. Exhale, bring the chin down as the arms come down. Let's do 3 more like that, tying movement with breath. Inhale up. And exhale down. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, this next time the arms are up, let's keep them there. Reach as high as you can, and then drop your shoulders down. Fingertips can spread and reach, and the shoulders can be heavy and reach down. Now, we're going to take this right arm over to the right. We'll take a nice side bend. We're going to flow with this one. So that was your exhale. As you inhale, you're going to swoop the arms up and over. Exhale. Lateral flexion to the left. Keep going. This next time, as you come into a lateral flexion, let the bottom arm kind of sweep across the lap. You can really pull both arms in the opposite direction as you come into a side bend in the spine. Tying movement once again with breath, waking up the rib spaces, and the vertebrae, and the breath. Now, the next time you're folded to the right, I want you to stay there. This right hand can just kind of rest in the lap. Take the left hand behind the head. I'm going to rotate, so I'm looking down towards the floor to the right. Keep rotating around. Maybe that elbow even wraps around towards your chin. And then undo that and rotate in the other direction. So elbow reaches behind you, heart faces up, gaze faces up. Let's rotate again, down and around. And then up and back. And maybe the exhale fits as we rotate down and back. And then the inhale as we rotate back and up. Let's do a couple more of these each way. And let's switch now. So coming into a side bend to the left. Left hand can rest in the lap. Right hand comes to the back of the head. If your shoulder doesn't like to be here, you could always take your hand across your chest. Now we're going to rotate down and around, looking to the left side, and then back and up. And make sure you involve the elbow in this. So you're going to wrap the elbow forward and down. Wrap the elbow back and up. Exhale as you round forward and down. Inhale back and up. Let's do 3 more of these. 1, 2, and 3. Now swing both arms up by the ears, nice neutral spine. Look up at those hands, bring them together slowly, feel the touch. And exhale, hands home to the heart. Now let your arms hang down to your sides. We're going to do a side bend again, but isolate that to the neck. I want you to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Hold this, push the left shoulder down, keep that anchored. You can even hang on to the bottom of the chair and pull upward to help that shoulder press down. Now this right shoulder, I want you to shrug it up towards your ear and then push it down. Shrug it up towards your ear and push it down. So you're bringing the shoulder closer to the ear closer to the shoulder. And now maybe you start some circles through that shoulder. Let the head just lean over there to the right, circling through the right shoulder. Now let's take this up and over, left ear to left shoulder. Let the weight of the head bring you into the side bend. Push the right shoulder down. Maybe you hang on to the bottom of your chair and pull to help push that shoulder down. And then let's do some shrugging with the left shoulder up towards the ear and then reach down. So you're going to squeeze up and then press down. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Now let's do some shoulder rolls. And see what sort of sensation you find there. Couple more times around. And then ears over shoulders back to neutral. Inhale, arms up. Take the gaze up with the thumbs. Exhale, arms down. But we're not going to bring the arms all the way down. We're going to spread the feathers here. Push both shoulders down same time. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, so stretching through your inner wrist. Now drop your chin to your chest. Now, as the head hangs here, push the shoulders down, remembering that we quite likely have some tension, maybe some tension and tightness that we're not even aware of. So let's go slow. I want you to swoop your chin across your chest towards your right shoulder and then lift your gaze. You come up in a twist and then drop the chin across the chest. Swoop the chin to the left and lift the gaze. Now, as you're moving through this simple movement, think of those muscle fibers in your upper back, your neck, your shoulders, like violin strings. And maybe some of those strings are kind of tight. And if you find a place that feels tight, spend a little time there, iron it out, and then move on. Let's do maybe 3 more each side, pushing the shoulders down. And you may start to get some tingling in the wrists and in the hands. That's okay. That's to be expected in this shape. The way we're holding our wrist is kind of pinching the nerves that go to the hand. But we're flossing those spaces, making them a little easier for those nerves to pass through and move. Now let the chin hang, release the arms. Let's shake the hands a bit, get some feeling back to the fingers. Now take your fingertips under your jaw and lift your head back up. Help your head come back up. Release the arms down to the sides. Start to wiggle the fingers and then circle through the wrists. Big circles here, as much movement as you can find, and then go the other way. And then swing your arms out and up. And hands home to heart. Now I want you to heel toe the feet open wide. So we're going to bring a little swimming movements to our practice today. Hinging at the hips, we're going to come forward. Hands are in prayer, but we're going to do something like the breaststroke. So you're going to open the arms out, sit back up, bring the hands back home to the heart, lean forward, hinging at the hip, pushing into the feet, reaching. And maybe the exhale is what brings you forward. And the inhale is what brings you back and up. Let's do 3 more like this. Forward reach. Maybe you can imagine you're at the beach, you're at the pool, nice hot day, perfectly temperatured water, and you're swimming, feeling that sun on your back. One more time around. And then bring your arms to your sides on the outside of the thighs. And we're going to do the breaststroke. So bring your arms back, forward and down. A big wide breaststroke. Back and up, forward and down. Feel the shoulder blades, especially as you're reaching back. Bring those shoulder blades close to the spine. And then you can start hip hinging with this as you come forward and down. Bring the arms down, then back and up. Forward and down, push into the feet when you're forward. Let's do 3 more of these. 2 and 3. And then bring your arms down to your side. Now heel toe the feet so the knees are in line with the hips again. So I'm going to show you the legs first. We're going to do the side stroke, but I want you to get the legs. So I want the right leg to go out as the left leg comes back. So you're just kind of side to side. We're towards the front edge of the seat of the chair, so be careful here that you're not walking your bottom too far forward. And add the arms. You're going to do a side stroke. Side stroke. And I want you to look at the back arm. Take the gaze to the arm that's reaching down towards the floor. Let's do 1 more each side. And then come back to facing forward. Now the knees are still wide. I want you to bring your hands in front of you and then lace the fingers. So we're going to stir the pot. Maybe there's a big pot of something delicious down there. We're going to stir the pot. Moving in a way that you feel the sit bones, the pubic bone, maybe you even feel the tailbone as you circle around here. And then see if you can let your spine be a little more flexible. Rotating around. Now reverse the direction. Go the other way. How about 3 more big stirs? One more. And then sit up tall again, taking the hands. Let's take the hands to the knees. Heel toe the feet forward once again. Adjust yourself on your sit bones. Pause just for a few breaths of awareness. Letting the mind scan the physical body, noticing any sensation you're feeling. My deltoid muscles are talking to me now. I worked them here, I guess. We're going to do a sun salutation, seated in the chair, but a little different today. I want you to bring your arms up by the ears on your inhale. And then come into goalpost arms, goddess arms. And as you bring those arms into goddess shape, I want you to come halfway down. So you're going to hinge at the hips. As you inhale, I want you to bring the elbows back. Feel the shoulder blades come close to the spine. And then as you exhale, hands come to the knees, ride the shins down with the hands, fold forward. As you inhale, swing the arms out and up. And exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's do that again. Just the first part of our sun salute. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess, leaning forward, halfway down. Inhale, pull those elbows back, a little back bend. Exhale, hands to the knees, slide the hands down to shins, push into the feet here, and then swing your arms out and up. And hands home to heart. I'm going to add on a little something here. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, halfway down, arms into goddess. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, forward fold, riding the shins down. I want you to take your right hand to your right knee. I'm folded forward. I'm going to push down into that knee, taking a twist, looking over the right shoulder. And then as you exhale, you're going to look down at the floor again and switch hands. Now left hand comes to the left knee, push down, twist, look over the left shoulder. Push into your feet here. Exhale, fold. Push strongly into the feet, swing the arms out and up. And exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, up. Goddess on your exhale, leaning forward halfway. Push into the feet here. Inhale, elbows back, shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, fold. Arms come down. Now let's take the left hand to the left knee, push down, hold here. You can stay here, or maybe that left arm wants to reach up towards the ceiling. See if you can look at your fingers, even if it's by wiggling your fingers and watching them out of your peripheral vision. On your next exhale, unwind. We're going to take the right hand to the right knee, push into your twist. You can stay there, but maybe that right arm wants to reach up, or even out. You could reach the arm out and see if you can look over that right shoulder and look at the fingers, even if it's just out of your peripheral vision. And then exhale, folding forward again, push into the feet, swing the arms out and up. And exhale, hands home to the heart. We're going to slip one more thing into this. Inhale up. Exhale, halfway down, goddess arms. Inhale, elbows come back, maybe back a little further. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're not going to do our twist. We're going to push into the feet, swing the arms out and up. And now bring your hands down to the seat of the chair, rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Lift the right knee and then kick the right leg out long, bend the knee and return. Lift the left knee, kick the leg out long, bend the knee and return. Again, lift the right knee, kick the right leg long, bend the knee and return. Left knee, lift the left knee, kick the leg out long, and return. Now we're going to do one more thing with the leg. I want you to lift the right leg, extend the right leg, see if you can keep it lifted, but maintain the spine. So don't let this start to make the spine round. Sit tall, legs out long. I'm going to point and flex my foot. Feel the engagement of the core. And then do some circling in that ankle. Keep the leg lifted. Go the other way. And then plant the foot. Let's take the second side, lifting the left knee, lift it high, and then extend that leg out long. We're going to point and flex. Point and flex. 3 more. 1. Sit tall. 2. 3. And 4. And then some slow circles through the ankle. Are you still breathing? Are you still sitting tall? Go the other way. And then bend the knee and replace the foot. As you inhale, reach up. Come into goddess again. We're going to come halfway down. Inhale, bring those elbows back. Exhale, let's take one more forward fold. Push into the feet and let your arms hang. Let your head hang. And feel the spine, get a nice stretch. And you can add to the sensation back there by inhaling deeply into the back. Stretching those muscles with your breath. 2 more breaths. Now push strongly into the feet. Swing the arms out and up. And hands come home to heart. Pause once again, just noticing. Let your mind scan maybe from the crown of the head, slowly down the body, noticing any sensation you find. No labels of good or bad, just notice and then move on. Now we've reestablished the flow of energy through the nadis, through the meridians. Let's smooth it all down so everything's not so chaotic. We've really woken up the energy, the yang energy. I want you to take your right leg and extend it out long and take one hand to the top of the thigh, one behind the thigh, and it's like you're ironing your pants. You're going to press down, hinging at the hip. And then release the hands, come back up. I want you to take one hand to the inside of the thigh, one to the outside of the thigh. Smooth, fold forward. And sitting back up, let's take the second leg, left leg out long, one hand front of the thigh, one to the back, smoothing the hands down the leg. And then coming back up, one to the outside, one to the inside. And then coming back up, your right arm, it's like you're pushing water off your arm, but rotate the arm as you're smoothing the hand along the surface, along the skin. And then the other arm, we're going to push and push and push. And then swing your arms out and up. Exhaling, hands home to the heart. Bow your head to your fingers. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Rest your mind in your heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me again today. I hope you get some time to go outside if it's like it is here. It's gorgeous.
Thanks so much, Cindy. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank
Thank
you, Judith.
you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.